Greetings to all. My name is Paul John, and this is my third e-record in the Java programming lab. And this exercise is based upon classes and constructors. And the question that I've been given is to create, to implement a row of seats in which a class seat consists of the name of two data members, the name of the seat, as well as the reference to the next seat. That is, I have to form somewhat a linked list using classes and objects. And I also have to implement the three functions. One is to add, one is to delete, and the other is to display the seat names. And also it should take as input the number of seats the user wants in a row. Now, without further ado, let's move on to a code that I've created to implement the same. Um, as you guys can see, this is what I've made. I've used the necessary the packages ex3 obj array and the necessary imported files, that java.lang, java.util.scanner has been used. And then I've created a main class seat, and I've created a public static void main method, and I've used scanner s as the scanner object. And then I ask user to enter the number of seats he needs, and then I use the variable seat node. In variable seat node, take the value, and then using the scanner method, object s of scanner, and then I've used I create an object, and before that I have created a class called row, which implements the which implements the row. It consists of two data members, seat name and row next. The row next is the reference that points to the next object that implements the linked list. Then I've created three functions: display function, which is void has return type void, and argument it takes as an object of row, and it uses the while temp dot next not equal to null. It prints the seat name, and it increments using the condition temp equal to temp dot next. And in void add, the argument is again an object of row, and I use the same while loop, and this while loop just has an incrementing condition inside. This is used to find the last position, that's temp dot next. As long as it's not equal to null, it goes. And then once the last position is found, the object that is taken in through the argument is added into the list. And then void delete row temp. First I check whether it's null, temp equal to null. If so, I print it's empty. Else I go to while, and while temp dot next not next. I use this so that I get while this is used so that I can get the control, it doesn't I doesn't lose the control from the list, because if I'm deleting the element that I'm currently on, then I lose the full list. I won't have any more contact. So that's why I use the condition while temp dot next not equal to null, and this again brings the temp pointer to the second last element, and we check whether temp dot next equal, and we initialize temp dot next equal to null, hence we delete that part off. That's with the classes and the function. Now let's go back to the main. In the main, after initializing, I create a array of objects, that's row r1 equal to new row of 100, and r1 of 0 equal to new row, that I just initialize it because I'm not going to use it. And then for int I equal to 1, I less than equal to seat number plus 1, I plus plus. I use this loop to give memory to the reference of the objects, and also to initialize the seat name of each object with s plus I, whatever the number of the seat is. And then I use another loop to give the next value to each object. I say that r1 of I dot next equal to r1 of I plus 1. So if it is r1 of 1, then the next of that will be r1 of 1 dot next will be r1 of 2. And then I use a while true loop, and inside I ask the user to enter the choice: 1 for displaying, 2 for adding, 3 for deleting, and 4 to exit. And then I use a switch to determine the case of switch, the variable ch in which I take the choice, and then I call the functions necessary based on the cases. And if it's case 4, that is to exit, I break, and that's it. That's the end of whole program. Now let's try running it. Enter the number of seats. Let's give 3, and the choice 1 to display. S1, S2, and S3 has been displayed, and then they ask me to enter the choice again. There will be, let's give 2, that is to add S2, S3, S1. As you can see, I have got S1, S2, S3, and S4. Now let's do one thing. Let's add one more. That will be 2. Yeah, and now let's delete it. S1, S2, S3, S4, and let's delete once more. S1, S2, S3. Once more, S2. As you can see, all my all my modules work perfectly. So that's about it. Let's exit. Thank you all for watching, and hope to see you guys soon in the next video. And if you guys have any comment, please do contact me. My details are given in my channel. Thank you all for watching. See you guys soon. This is Paul signing off. Bye.